what's up?
And fine, thank you. And how are you?
Fine and good. It's todo normal. Nata, I have a question.
Tell me.
You know something about accident, the UPS and the Aerosucre?
Oh, actually, I don't know about the Sucre accidents, but I know about its history. Do you want to know?
Perfect. Tell me.
Okay. Okay, well, so yesterday I read an article about Aerosucre, and guess what? Aerosucre has been one of the most important airlines that Colombia has had. Aerosucre was founded in Cincelejo, Sucre, Colombia by Álvaro Vergara Fernández. At the same time, Aerosucre started with its operations as a commercial airline, not as a cargo airline as we know about it nowadays. Well, so Aerosucre started with its operation as a commercial airline in 1969 and only transported passengers along the Colombian Atlantic coast. But 5 years later, they decided to change and it became a cargo airline and started to do its operations with small aircrafts as the Piper Cherokee 6. Well, this is a very interesting fact because Aerosucre has been in the Colombian air cargo industry for more than 50 years. That's too much time in the air industry. So at the same time, Aerosucre, I think that has been is the second most important airline that Colombia has had, reaching the 70% of the national cargo transport. Because the first one is South American Airlines, or best known as Last Cargo. Well, I need to clarify this. Aerosucre does not operate just here in the Colombian territory. Aerosucre operates in some countries in Central America, in the Caribbean, and in South America. Some of those countries are El Salvador, Panama, Venezuela, Costa Rica, Aruba, Curacao, among others, of course. Yes, besides the social and economic influence that Aerosucre has had here in Colombia is very, very significant because Aerosucre goes and takes place in some Colombian regions that actually they are not so common. As Bichada, Guainía, Guaviare, Mitu, in some Amazonia regions. So they are not so common, but actually they are very, very important for the growth of the country. Well, and I think that the last thing I read about Aerosucre was about its corporate image. 1 year ago, Aerosucre decided to change its corporate image, and we can see it's very evident on its aircraft. But this is something wrong about Aerosucre, because those aircraft have been operating for more than 50 years too, the same as Aerosucre. And as you know, nowadays we have a lot of technical advances, and those aircraft, unfortunately, they do not count with these advances. So they can cause a lot of problems and a lot of accidents, of course, in their industry. But I don't know too much about Aerosucre's accidents, but do you know who knows a lot about them? Alejandra. Let's call her to know a little bit more about them. Okay.
Very good.
Hi, girl. How are you?
Hi, Aleja. How
You
are
just
you?
asked me.
Oh, yes. So tired. So tired. Aleja, I have a question.
Tell me.
Well, so Cami and I are talking about Aerosucre and its accidents. But I know about its history, but I know that you know about its accidents. So can you tell us about them?
Well, I know many of their accidents from them. Apparently, the lack of money that make them risk their lives. Because in total they had 13 accidents, some more important than others. But I remember, for example, on April 26, 1989, a flight from Barranquilla to Bogota had problems with cargo that weren't fully secure and began to move. Uh, Losing its center of balance, and it causes collision against some houses. This accident left 7 deaths, five of which occupants of the plane and two on the ground. But I think the accident had the most impact was in 2016 on Puerto Carreño, Bogota route. The pilot made a forced landing, causing 5 deaths. According to the RCB reports, excess weight was one of these causes. But anyway, I don't remember the little details, but Vale can help that more. If you want, call her.
Okay, you sure? Yes, please go here.
Hi,
Vale,
Hi, Vale.
how are you?
I am with Renata and Lauren.
Hi, girls.
And
Hi, Vale.
we want more about our super accident on 2016. Did you remember about the little details of our super accident?
Yes, of course, Aleja. As you said it yourself, Aerosucre had a very awful accident, specifically in 20th of December 2016. It was a Boeing 727/400 that was operating the round trip between Bogota and Puerto Carreño, and it departed from Bogota at 1:43 p.m. as it didn't present any irregularity. But in the moment that it was returning back to Bogota, doing the takeoff to return to the city, to the capital, the aircraft hit the fence of the airport, and its undercarriage lost one of his tires, and it caused that the aircraft didn't depart and didn't do the takeoff as it should have. After that, after approximately 20 minutes of flight, the aircraft raised to the skies, approximately reaching the maximum altitude of 790 feet. But after that, it just went to one of its sides, and it lost the suspension. It lost one of its forces, and it fell into the Vereda del Mirey, that is very close to the capital of the department. One of the conclusions, or one of the investigations that the group of investigators of La Aeronáutica Civil did with this accident was that they didn't found the manifesto, the weight manifesto, and the office didn't have a copy of anything in its offices. Apart from that, the amount of people and the quantity of crew that was supposed to travel in that aircraft was not the correct one, because in the moment of the accident, the investigators found that there was one more person that was not registered in any crew manifesto. According to the speed normal quantity of the company of Aerosucre, the aircraft was carrying supposedly 166,000 pounds based on the takeoff speeds, as I told you, Aleja. But the aircraft was likely to be 1,300 pounds overweight. So even though the overweight was not as much as not as bigger and not more than you can say that it's a big overweight, it actually influenced in everything that happened with that accident. It just it had a very bad influence in it. And apart from that, the meteorology was not great. The aircraft was having it was having like air nuts in its tail. So all of these were the factors that like influence into that accident. But this was a national accident. But now I was telling you this. I was remembering one of, I don't know, I think it was a UPS flight.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a UPS flight.
Yeah.
And I think that the person who knows everything about the history about UPS, because I've seen it, it's Luisa. So let me just call her and she can tell us more about the history of UPS.
Yes. Okay.
Girls.
Hi, Lou.
Hi, Lou. How are you?
Fine, good. And you? How are you, Aleja?
Fine. Tired, but
good. Thank you for asking. I was just telling Aleja that UPS had a very awful accident, but I don't know the history of UPS. Like, I just know that it's a carrier company, but I don't know more about it. Can you please tell us more about the history?
please.
Yes, well, I know that United Parcel Service is a company that focuses on delivery and cargo. UPS is a worldwide distributor and a global service provider. UPS is a leader specialized in transportation and logistics, and UPS was founded in 1907 in Seattle, United States by James E. Casey under the name of American Messenger Company, since there was a high demand of private and public transportation service. And UPS started operating in Colombia in 2011. I'm going to talk here about the aircraft. And so United Parcel Service counts on a current fleet of Boeing 747, Boeing 757, Boeing 767, Airbus 300-600, McDonnell MD-8 and McDonnell MD-11, and all of the aircraft can play with the noise reduction standards, being the first American airline to achieve these high standards regarding noise. In United Parcel Service count on more than 300 aircraft worldwide. So I heard about a very significant accident that took place in September 3rd, 2010, which happened in a Boeing 747 400 in Dubai's International Airport due to the ground handling of cargo, but I don't know much information about this event. But I'm pretty sure that Cami knows something about the accident. So Cami, you could tell us about the event?
Where here can you imagine it on the September 29, a Boeing 747 and 400F was traveled between Dubai International Airport and Cologne Bonn Airport. I may remember. According to the reports, where the rally said that was a fire. I was for some lithium batteries. I don't remember this door part. And also the captain fall because when he reported firing, he was instructed to divert to Doha, Qatar, but he ignored it and he returned to Dubai. And the cabin was filled with smoke on the wall and could see and nothing 2 persons were among them. One was the captain because he was not supporting him. Then he walked up from the chair to get another oxygen mask, but he shocked and collapsing in this moment. But I don't remember this story perfect, but that he was recorded the for exactly. Entonces I call. Where hills can you imagine it on the September 29 a Boeing 747 400F was traveled between Dubai International Airport and College Bonn Airport, and according to the reports, when the rally said that there was a fire,
I was for some lithium batteries more than I have to car. I will say in the also Capitan Fall because when he report the fire, he was instructed to deliver to Doha, Qatar, but he ignored. He returned to Dubai, and the cabin was filled with smoke, and the one on called something nothing. Until into Carset, according to report to person, where did a Moiden or was the captain, because his max was not supporting him. Then he got out from the chair to get another oxygen max, but he shocking and collapsed in this moment. And not remember this perfect story, but that is called in this moment. Wait. Hi, Dad. What's
how
up?
are you?
Hi, girls. How are you? What are you doing?
Good.
Fine, I'm good. And you?
Fine, thank you. Here, staying at home. Nothing else to do.
Okay, Dar. So we are here talking about a UPS accident. So could you tell us more information about this event, please?
Okay, it's a pleasure to be. Okay, the main reason that caused the fire into the hull was some lithium batteries. Hold on, please. These are lithium batteries. They were loaded in the Hong Kong International Airport, and this kind of batteries are known because of its instability and to be flammable. Those batteries must be classified into the class 9 of dangerous goods. The investigators think that one of those batteries exploded and the fire was produced by the other batteries that were close to these batteries. Information from the evaluation of airflow, material properties, and timing of event led to an understanding to how and where the flammable materials could have ignited and how the fire propagated. The fire spread and increased in intensity rapidly, damaging numerous critical systems, leading to an unsafe condition and the loss of the aircraft. The primary factors involved in this occurrence was oxygen system failure, damage in the environmental control system, and other systems into the cockpit. It was terrible.
Yes.
The heat produced by this fire affected the emergency oxygen system too, that supplied oxygen to the captain. The black smoke were everywhere into the cabin, and it was difficult to see outside through the window. The situation inside the cabin got worse when the pressure and air conditioning kit did not work anymore. In addition to this, that it was terrible too. The detectors did not work properly, and the crew did not have enough time to react, to notice the smoke, and to unstoppable fire that was increasing in the hold. Because of that, the flight seats of the UPS crashed in a military base close to Dubai. That was a huge sinister.
Oh my God, yes.
Just for one of these simple
Oh my God,
things.
it's terrible.
Yeah, it's very, very, very terrible.
Okay, guys, what amazing but terrible accidents, no?
No.
Because they were terrible because they cause a lot of deaths, and but those accidents actually they can be good because every day they have been improving the air cargo industry, and it's very important for our industry to take into account those kind of problems that we can receive in any time doing our job.
That's
But those accidents, the main factors that we can see on those accidents were the technological, human, and environmental factors. They are very, very important, and we have to take into account because when we are going to do our job, they have been very clear, and we don't have to make a mistake because it can cause a lot of deaths. So we have to be careful at the time we're going to do that and take into account those kind of accidents because they are just two examples. But as you told us, there are many more. Okay, guys,
Yeah.
I'm so tired, so
Oh, me
I hope
too.
you have a good night.
Good night,
Okay,
guys.
bye.
Bye. See
See you
you.
around.
Say bye.
See you.
Guys,
Bye.
goodbye.
you.
Be safe.